Good evening. I'm Rabbi Joy Levitt. I'm the executive director here. Welcome to the 9th annual Other Israel Film Festival. How many people have been here before? How many people have been to all 9 of them? Anita and Gil, raise your hand. We stand here at a critical time in Israel's history. Do I say that every year? Just last night, we commemorated the 20th anniversary of Yitzhak Rabin's assassination. We showed a film that truly captured Rabin's spirit and demonstrates the power of film to keep alive the hopes and dreams we all have for peace. I got back from Israel yesterday, having brought a group from the board of the JCC to see the extraordinary, vibrant Jerusalem Biennale, a celebration of the visual arts in multiple venues throughout the city. As you can imagine, planning this trip in the midst of the current violence was challenging, and yet being there with artists was spiritually uplifting. Their talent is enormous, and their passion for a vision for peace is inspiring. Such is the awesome power of art to disrupt the conversation and get us to see everything differently. That's why we create this festival anew every year. These filmmakers, actors, directors, producers have both enormous talent and deep passion for their work. And they sometimes force us to see what we perhaps would not like to see. But when we engage with them, as we will do for the next week with 17 films, programs, events, we will become forever changed as we encounter the other Israel, so often invisible. Now more than ever, this festival brings together voices we need to hear together, providing a much-needed platform for conversation and for understanding. Please join me in thanking our amazing Other Israel team, Natasha Bunzel, Yotam Tubal, Ravit Turjeman, Yitzi Zablocki, and of course, the visionary founder and my good friend, Carole Zabar, who it is my pleasure to invite to speak to you now.
Hello, I'm delighted to see everybody here, so many faces I know. I founded this festival to create a community where people of all stripes could come to the JCC to watch and experience together films, particularly about Palestinian Israelis, a 20% minority of Israel. There are no screaming headlines, no slogans. You'll see films that depict the lives of real people and what they're really like, nuances. Festivals can be a powerful tool for change. People sit, they watch together, and the synergy of them watching together, talking, is far more than the individual sitting watching the films. In the last few weeks, the news out of Israel has been really scary. It would be easy to despair and say, I'm not doing this anymore. I've been doing it for 9 years, and I have to say, every year it actually gets worse, and I'm not blaming myself. But I can't stop, because to stop would be to give in to despair, to hopelessness, and say, the whole enterprise is doomed. I believe in the power of art to change people, sometimes in ways that they don't even realize when they're watching the film. It seeps in, it becomes part of you, and when you're talking to somebody, you think, oh, I saw that, let me talk about that. Next year will be our 10th anniversary, inshallah. In these 9 years, I've learned many things. The first thing I learned was the value of branding. And you would think, being a Zabar, I would have actually gotten that lesson long ago. But it tickles me no end when I go somewhere and people know who we are. People who haven't even been to the film festival. The second and most important thing is that people come to this festival for the films. They come to watch movies. I was at my daughter's last weekend, and she and a friend were talking about the schedule. They had looked at it. And my daughter mentioned there was a zombie movie that really sounded good. Now, I'm 73, and I don't watch zombie movies. But there really is something for everyone. And I hope you'll enjoy the movies in the festival. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I recently heard a HIV LGBT activist, Peter Stolley, say that activism is a fighting through pessimism. And I encourage you to be active. Be active by attending the many remarkable films lined up this week, by engaging in conversations with our filmmakers and guests at the Speakeasy Cafe, by speaking with one another and exchanging opinions and ideas over a drink across the street at the Amsterdam Ale House at our newly introduced A Drink with a Filmmaker space. Be active by learning more about our partners and taking part in their programs. We are taking our conversations to a new level this year with our fabulous moderators and speakers, including for the first time this year, a group of journalists from Haaretz newspaper. We are very happy to welcome Haaretz to our Other Israel family. Make sure to mark your calendars for the first New York City Haaretz conference on December 13th. On that note, I would like to thank all of our partners, long-standing ones and new partners alike. Some to mention our New Israel Fund, J Street Education Fund, Givat Chaviva, BJ, the Jewish Agency, Hand in Hand, the Interagency Task Force, and many, many more. So please visit our website, otherisrael.org, and learn more about our partners and be active and take part in their programs. They are our call to action. Please join me in commending our filmmakers for their courageous work and dedication, and also to thank them for sharing their films with us and joining us in this festival. A huge thank you goes to our amazing guest and partner coordinator, Natasha Banzo. And also, we could not have done this festival without our amazing team of interns and volunteers that will help us go through this week smoothly, hopefully. And many thanks to Yotam Tubul that orchestrates this amazing effort and this great team, our JCC program associate. And lastly, endless gratitude to the JCC staff and leadership for their dedication, continued support, and a lot of patience. Thank you.
Every year, the diversity and the scope of the festival expands. And this year, the festival is touching on new ground with films such as Rock in the Red Zone, which is about the music scene in Sderot. And Saturday night, we're going to have here at JCC Manhattan the film followed by a conversation with the director, Laura Bialis, and music legend, David Broza. So please be sure to join us for that one specifically. And for those of you who are not night owls, I know it's the Upper West Side, tomorrow we have a morning screening of The Voice of Peace about Abi Natan. We still have some room for our 20s, 30s dinner Friday night. Great place to make a shidduch. If you know anybody, send a few friends, get them together. And for many of our films, tickets are selling out, so get them quickly. We've already mentioned also that we're expanding this year into zombie films, and I really want to talk about the problem of zombies in Israel, which I think is not addressed enough in the press. I have not seen the New York Times cover this issue at all. Haaretz, what's going on? We're talking about zombies. There are real problems in Israel. But it's a fabulous film, so please join us. Many, many more films here at Cinema Village, at NYU, and at Sarah Lawrence College, and the 14th Street Y, which joined us this year. Please grab brochures and come to as many films as you can and help spread the word. A huge, huge thank you to, of course, Carole, who has really been the visionary here and kept us in line throughout every year. We keep her in line sometimes too. It goes both ways. Muhammad, who's not here with us this year, who is here in spirit and is also a very important voice in our selection committee. And in the festival in general. Of course, Joy and Deva and Saul, you're up there somewhere. Thank you for being a part and sitting through all the films and lending your opinion too. A big, big thank you also, I have to add, to our team here. Natasha Bunzel, who just joined our team, was mentioned, and I cannot thank her enough for her amazing job. And of course, Yotam Tubal, who is managing millions of details and making this festival great. This is his first Other Israel with us. Yotam, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you. And last but not least, the director of the festival, the dedicated, unbreakable, never-stopping Ravit Turjeman. Thank you so much. This year, we also honor a good friend that was tragically killed this year. Bob Simon's legacy as a journalist and ethical reporter will live on as we announce an award in his honor. And it will be given on closing night by his daughter and widow to the film that best captures his brave spirit. And we're very excited to be able to do that and keep his spirit alive. Tonight's film, we're up to that. Censored Voices premiered at the Sundance Film Festival, and it's an award. It won the award for Best Documentary at the Israeli Academy Awards. Most importantly, it opens in theaters November 20th at Lincoln Plaza, so it's your job to tell all your friends. The film, 1967, is one of Israel's mythical symbols of bravery. It's also a major ethical turning point for Israel and for Israeli society. The film by Mor Lushi, who's with us tonight. Mor, thank you very much for being here. Tells the story of soldiers who recorded their less than euphoric feelings after about the 1967-60 war. To me, this is hopeful, showing the world that Israeli soldiers are human beings and are disturbed by their actions in a time of war is one of the best things you can say about a Jewish state. Filmmakers who are brave enough to bring these stories to the surface, and that's not a popular opinion in Israel, are really what Other Israel is all about. After the film, we will have a special conversation here with director Mor Lushi, and it's going to be moderated by Haaretz's film critic Nirit Anderman. Thank you for being here as well. I think without further ado, I'm going to remind you to silence your cell phones, keep them in your pocket for the next hour and a half or so. Please stay seated for the Q&A, and of course, for those who stay till the end, you'll be rewarded after the Q&A with a reception upstairs, and we look forward to seeing you all week and there later tonight. Enjoy. Thank you very much.